Hello, BookTube. This is part 2 of my book haul of the Folio Society books that I picked up. I've got the short stories of Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle, in the 5 volumes box set. I will need to pick up now the novels, the 4 volumes. I do have these in a different edition, but I've always wanted the Folio Society ones. This was one that I wasn't quite aware of. It's a little faded and rough on the spine. It's called Commando. It's a Boer War journal. A Boer journal of the Boer War by Dennis Wrights. Introduced by Leo Cooper and a preface by the honorable title, General the Right Honorable J.C. Smuts. This is 1982, Folio Society, and it's just a journal of Boer in the Boer War, originally published in 1929. It's nicely illustrated cloth, but as I say, the spine is slightly rubbed and faded, but the backs are still fine because front and back, because it was in the slip case. Here is the picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and it's got some wonderful illustrations in. There's the frontispiece, and it's illustrated throughout similar. Introduction by Simon Cowell, which he's an actor, but he's also a scholar of sorts, because he has written a book, at least one, on Dickens. Charles Dickens. It's a Dickens in theater. And I've got that book somewhere. And I picked it up when I went to see him speak at the Oxford Literary Festival. The main reason why I went was to get him to sign his 2-volume Orson Welles biography and his Charles Laughton biography. So he did that, and then I picked up the Dickens theater book, but I have not read that yet. That's several years ago. But getting back to this, introduction by Simon Cowell, illustrations by Emma Chichester Clark, 2009, Folio Society. Let's see if I can find another one in here. Yeah, that's quite nice. So that's it, and the cover has a flower on it. And this one is Henry James. It's an older Folio Society. Henry James, Washington Square. And it was published by Folio in 1963, I think. Yeah, 1963. And it's lithographs by Linton Lamb, and they're all this style. There seems to be sort of a greenish background, and then a black and white sketch. And it's done throughout like that. So that was a nice little copy. I do have it in paperback. I come to enjoy now Henry James's writing. Here's a bit of a big one. It's got a bit of a cock to the spine, but I think that's got to do with how it was bound, because it looks like it was bound a little too tightly. But in either case, it's Tales of Mystery and Imagination by Edgar Allan Poe, with illustrations by Harry Clarke. And this is kind of nice. It's paper inlay into the cloth. And this was done in 1999. And as I say, it's illustrated by Harry Clarke. And the illustrations are from 1919 and it says the estate of Harry Clarke, 1919-1933. And it's not all of his short stories. It's a collection of it. It is the Tales of Mystery and Imagination that came out as a volume. And I do like the illustrations. They are dark. They are quite dark. in many ways, dark in theme and dark in just, black and white illustrations, but a lot of black. So that was quite nice to add to my Poe collection. I have an Everyman edition of his short stories, as well as a early 20th century collection of his poems, and I also have the the American Library. It's American Library. The black volumes of all his essays, which is fantastic. It's well over 1,000 pages. William Russell, special correspondent of the Times. This is fantastically done. It's usually they're blank on the back, but this design, and especially on the spine, they did for about 20 volumes. More exploration, travel, and things like this. There's 2 of them that are Richard Francis Burton's going to Mecca and in East Africa. But this is, as I say, William Russell, special correspondent of the Times. There he is there in the Crimean War. And it's introduced by Max Hastings, edited by Roger Hudson in 1995 by Folio Society, but this is the 3rd printing in 1997. Getting that back in there. And the last one. There's a connection here with Oscar Wilde. I can't remember the exact connection. I think the author is related to Oscar Wilde, I think on his mother's side. Little naughty pictures of a sort of naked devil dancing around a cross with skulls. And this is basically a Gothic novel. It is by Charles Maturin, Melmoth the Wanderer. It's introduced by Devendra P. Varma and illustrated by Felix Zakar. London Folio Society, 1993. And interesting illustrations. I'm not sure if they... Oh, that's a better one. I think they'll grow on me. But yeah, no, the author is, I believe, a relative of Oscar Wilde. And this is basically a sprawling story of someone who is basically immortal and where he pops up in various places throughout history. Not read it yet. I've read snippets of it and have an idea of what it's about, but it'll be a nice read. So yeah, there we go. That was my large book haul from my local bookshop. And now I got to figure out where to put these and prioritize which ones to read first with everything else that I have. So I'll leave you there, BookTube. Thank you for watching. As I say, I'm back to work on Wednesday, so I'll be making fewer videos, which I'm sure you're all thankful for. But yeah, and it'll be a while before I do another book haul because I'm going to have to get all these paid for, and well, it's not too much, but it's just space. It's space, so I have to start culling. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, BookTube. Bye.